create a perfect human being.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
Good evening. My name is Helix, and tonight I will be your raconteur of despair. Welcome to the grind. Tonight's story begins in many places at once, and also no place at all. But for the purposes of the overall arc of the story, I would like you to be coherently aware that you are now viewing the middle, or more appropriately, the beginning of the middle of our story. True camaraderie is a very rare thing, and when you find it, fear can grip you and twist your mind in a way to take certain actions you would not normally take in order to hold on to it, assuming that you ever find it. True camaraderie, it's beyond having the same interests, having gone through the same hardships. It's someone who's there for you in your time of need. And with tonight's story, several months have plagued a few of our main characters. They have been searching for answers to paranormal events that have been seemingly covered up. The date that takes place tonight is September 1st, 2019. I speak the date now because it will become relevant moving forward as time runs thin for everyone. Camaraderie can often be danced along a razor's edge of mistrust. Say the wrong thing, move the certain way, and all that trust is gone. So, to the audience observing at home, I ask you this question. When you meet someone new who offers to help and says you can trust them, is your instinct to not trust them or to trust them? Ultimately, this is a question You have to ask yourself to know more about who you are and what is truly inside you. Are you a good person? Or has the world scarred you enough to turn you into the monster you never thought you could imagine? Okay. We begin in the city of New Athens. It is getting late in the evening. The brisk winter is projected to be very strong this year. But it hasn't got here yet. Still quite warm. Few showers every couple days. And the city seems relatively peaceful. There are several warnings and flyers for people to go ahead and get their flu shot early, get ahead of the curve. This can be done at the hospital, at any of the 5 within New Athens. However, that is not the concern on our individuals in question tonight. Tonight, what is Jackie doing? Or rather, what is Eve doing? Or rather, what is Peacemaker doing?
Reviewing notes. Patient tomorrow. Typical. Useful. Brushing up on what I know they'll tell me and what I think I should say versus what I know I should say versus what I want to say.
What are these notes for?
Patients of mine that I care for at the practice I'm part of.
Okay. Any patients in particular of note?
Not one that I'm willing to call out.
Okay. One you've had your eye on.
Sure.
Okay. You know that the day has been filled with the stress of the mundane and the excitement of what the rest of the night holds. Because tonight, you have a very special meeting.
I do.
This was a very difficult meeting at a place you have never heard of, but you have
Hmm.
spent months trying to find some help. What help are you looking for?
Directions. Directions to a place. A club, I believe.
You were told to, you were given directions to the entrance. They were very
Ah, right.
strange. But what kind of help are you looking for from this person that you are supposed to meet?
Ah, information. Information about some odd occurrences that have been happening that seem to have been covered up.
Hmm, interesting. Well, the mundane of the day draws to a close.
At last.
Walk us through the end of the day and how you get to your destination.
So I'd have a home office. Wouldn't be much, just a desk in a corner with some files, neatly organized, stacks of, or a cup rather, of pens, ink pens, and I do a lot of my case reviews just sitting there at my desk reading through masses and masses of handwritten notes. Nobody sees those except me. Um, when I'm done reading up on those notes, I just file them away neatly and make sure everything looks tidy. Get up, look around, make sure everything looks tidy. Uh, is my usual roommate there?
The one at home.
Mm.
Let's find out. No, they are out.
In fact, okay. I do have one, but they're out. Okay. All right. In that case, then I just glanced around. Everything looks normal. I head out, assuming that I've got the vehicle. I'll take it, and I'll follow the
Do
directions I was
you
given.
take anything with you, and what clothing do you change into? What shift in personality do you acquire as you go to meet this stranger?
Well, shrug off the workday and thinking about patients and worrying about those sort of things. Change into something a little more casual, a gray t-shirt, a necklace I was given by a friend, some jewelry I enjoy, and put on minimal makeup, let my hair down, and just go out feeling casual, calm. In my element is the vibe I want to give off.
Hmm. Okay. And what vehicle do you take?
A powder blue Prius.
Okay. Is there anything else you are taking with you perhaps some cutlery.
Indeed. That is always on me. But,
Duly noted.
yeah. That is always attached to the leg.
To the leg. Which leg?
Right.
Okay.
She's a righty. And the leather satchel, as always, carried as a purse over the left shoulder.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's got the standard phone, charger,
Okay.
utilitarian, not very fussy. Maybe a loose eyeliner rolling in the bottom.
Is there a personality shift from work to home? Or work to out?
Very much
or-
so.
Okay.
Very much so.
Describe this.
At work, Eve is very sharply focused, very narrow minded. It's her and it's the patient, and that's the world. When she is with a patient, she's very intense. When she's outside, when she's casual, she tries to tailor her mood more to whoever she's spending time with, usually that being Nell, her roommate. And yeah, she doesn't go out of her way to make waves, but lets her opinion be known. This happens mostly at home, whereas in public, she tends to play a little cooler.
Easy enough. You head out into the night, into your vehicle, and down into the city. The traffic is still dense, but you're making your way there. There are a number of other associates that were intended to meet this night. However, the plans were changed to only meet some of you as a trial run, and then the rest of you perhaps another night, if things go well. Another person is someone you know. Well, you know all of the people that you are supposed to meet, except for the one contact. The other person going with you tonight, given the instructions to meet at the same place, is Morven. What is Morven doing this day?
I did have uni classes today. I'm not fucking going. One of them's at 9 in the morning. I can't be arsed for that. And the other one is just an absolute snorefest. That professor is a pretentious wee prick, and I am refusing to sit through any more of his lessons, so I'm at home.
Okay. So, again, with the mundane being stressful. As your day winds down, what do you do?
Well, I mean, as far as Patty and Frank are concerned, I'm heading out to spend the night with some college chums. But you know, I'm kind of just preparing to hopefully get some valuable information on something I've been looking for. I don't really prepare much. I don't see much of a point, although this is important. It's not like it's a fancy event, is it? We're not going to turn up at this, like, you know, 5-star restaurant or nothing as far as I know. I'm just going in the clothes I normally wear, which is, normally some combination of comfortable hoodie and comfortable pants.
Fair enough. As you get ready, do you make any other necessary preparation?
I mean, take my backpack with me. It's got my laptop in it and my charger just in case I need to make any notes or something that my phone can't handle. I don't know. And his notebook for things that are even more, sensitive than that, because, Lord knows how private your information actually is on these computers. Apparently, there's surveillance everywhere these days. So, I can't really afford a car. I still live with my parents, and they're not too happy about it either. Well, parents, quote unquote. So I just take my bike.
Your journey is a bit of a longer one, as it is across town. Do you take any necessary protective precautions? This is a stranger that you're going to meet at night in a very big city, a city full of 25 million people.
Well, I've always got my tarot deck on me. I never leave anywhere without that. The amount of times it's saved my hide. Call me superstitious all you want, but it works. Other than that, really, I think I could handle myself if things got rough. I doubt it will. I don't have a feeling it will. Cards haven't told me it will. I'm feeling quite good about this, to be honest.
Okay. Do you want to make sure? Are you tempted to get one last reading in, or are you just gonna go for it?
I think I might. Yeah, why not?
Okay. I need
Not
you to
much
roll.
else to do.
You know what to roll. How many cards do you pull?
It's gonna be a quick one. I guess just 3.
3?
Yeah.
You get the 3 of Swords, the 3 of Cups, and the Devil.
Reversed or right ways up?
They are all right way up.
Okay. I'll take my art scalpel.
Fair enough. Where do you place it? Just in your shirt?
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. You make your way. You know you have to leave early because you have a long bike ride.
It's good for the legs.
You make your way out into the city. So, it is not long for Eve, who was told to wait for the rest of the venturing party. And you are waiting there for about an hour. Eventually, you hear heavy breathing in the traffic of the night. Someone approaching. And you hear that of a bike hitting its gears in reverse. That click, 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 click. Eventually, through the streetlight, you see Morven.
So,
I suppose we're it for tonight.
Those were the specific instructions.
I'm all right. How are you?
been better. Kind of a potato day, but oh well. You know, yeah, couldn't be arsed with college today.
Education is important.
Aye, yes, I'm taking a fine arts degree. That's important, sure.
I mean, ask Botticelli.
Suppose life wasn't much more exciting at the hospital, though. Or wherever you were. Wait, do you work from home still? Or was it in the hospital?
No, I'm at a practice right now. I'm working under a licensed psychiatrist, but I get to have my own handful of patients, so that's nice.
Oh, cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't envy you. I've always seen medical professions as being pretty tough business, so kudos, I suppose.
Yeah, everyone has problems. Every profession is the same. It's just learning how to work around them and the solutions that work for you.
At least you'll never go broke, eh?
No, don't think I will. But we could stand here talking all night, or we could get to our meeting. I don't want to be late.
Yeah, right. Were we meant to outside, or were we meant to go in?
Pretty sure inside. I doubt we'd have a...
The specific instructions were to make your way through the alley until you come to a jazz bar. Then you are to open the package that has been given to you.
Oh, jazz.
It is an envelope. However,
Where did I put that envelope?
It is very thick, like insulated cardboard.
Like it's got something inside it?
Could be. It's so stiff you wouldn't know.
All right, well, I'm
Well,
going to open it
the
up.
envelope doesn't have anything inside it.
Do you make your way through first, or do you open it up now?
We're here. Open it up now, right?
Okay.
I don't
So you
get
know
one.
that is not the specific instructions you were given. I just want to make sure.
Oh, okay. No, follow the specific instruction.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
So you make your way through this alleyway, and it is not like any alleyway you have ever experienced. You actually feel lost. The stone on the buildings is smooth and completely solid in the buildings. You can tell there's brick, but it's been smoothed over. And it goes down, it turns again, and then it turns. It's almost like it turns back on itself almost. You feel very lost. But it seems to be leading only one direction. That's forward. Eventually, you see light. The alleyway got dark in a couple places. You got a little sketched out, but your phones were able to shine through. You see light. And it is a sign on the side of the wall. And it says Jazz, with an arrow pointing inward towards the wall.
This must
What
be
an
the place
original
then.
fucking club name.
Huh. I mean, I guess at least you know what to expect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
So now the instructions say to open this?
Do you approach the sign?
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach, you look at what the arrow is pointing at, and you see a very large stone door. The stone is a different color than the gray stone of the buildings. It is a very regal marble, black and gold. The trim of the door is gold. And when I say gold, I mean real gold. Etched on the face of the door are a very large symbol. It looks like a money sign with a B. There are handles on the door.
What did the specific instructions say?
When you get to the door, open the envelope.
I guess it's...
The envelope will hopefully glean more.
Morven, do you want to do the honors or should I?
I'd prefer if you did. You know, little Miss Health Professional.
Sure. Okay, so I'll attempt to open the envelope.
Easy enough. It's very well sealed. However, there is a slip of paper, scented, some kind of perfume, and a very large engraved gold coin inside.
Does it...
The gold coin it's a bee turned into a money symbol. And it's almost like it's got circuitry all over it, but it's all very intricately engraved gold. It's weighted. It's heavy.
It's heavy as heck.
Has a bit of a touch to it. You might want to make a roll for me.
Okay. My identity?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a fucking Bitcoin or are we stuck in a game of Sims?
Who knows?
Let's see. Can I use my obsession to flip-flop?
Everything comes at a cost.
No. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. It's got a tingle to it. You feel there's something there.
Here, look at this. I'm gonna hand it to Morven. This is weird. It's very strange.
I mean, I don't get how this is supposed to relate to our meeting or anything. This just looks like a fancy doohick.
It looks like a fancy doohick that kind of looks like the fancy door.
Aye. Is that a key? Can I, like, hold the coin up to the door or something? Just...
I mean, there's the handle. I'm just going to try the handle.
It's like it was
Probably
made
a
of
good
the
idea,
wall.
aye. Oh, never mind then.
Can I check the door more closely?
Yes, you can roll me some notice.
All right, I have an identity that will substitute for notice. Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
4.
Etched on the trim of the door, repeating over and over again in every part of the trim. It's almost laser soft, like you really have to lean in at the right angle to catch the difference in light. Very faintly on the door. All the trim. It's in a very old school font, like very old. 40s, 20s. And it repeats over and over. It says the Babylon Club. In that pattern, you run your finger across it, and right about the area where a key slot should be, like a keyhole or, some kind of something, your finger dips in just a little bit and you see a very rectangular, like, depression in the gold. You never would have found it if you hadn't ran your finger over it.
Here, hand that back real quick. I'm gonna try and get that coin from Morgan. I'm gonna try and put the coin in the slot, see if it fits.
Very much so. It's like it was meant for it. There's a very like a mechanical movement somewhere inside the door. Kind of like when you're at a bubblegum machine and you're putting the quarter in and you crank it and it turns inside the mechanism. And then the door just ever so slightly breaks the seal.
Have I ever been here before?
No, you've never heard of this place.
Look at this cloak and dagger meeting. God. I mean, I've heard of speakeasies being popular with the young crowd these days, but this? All right, let's get going. I'm gonna try and open the door and head in.
The door slides open with most absolute ease. It's almost like you're barely even touching it. And like you put some effort into this door and you move it back and forth just enough. And you realize this must weigh tons. This is a very thick stone door.
Thick.
Yeah, 5 C's. It slides open like a vault. And you open the door and look, and you see darkness.
Well, in we go.
No. That looks ominous. What? Have we arranged to do something spooky? Are we away to be, like, diddled up the ass?
Oh, come on. Nobody's going to diddle you. You're fine. I'm just going to reach for her wrist and try and drag her in.
Do you resist?
Hey, fuck you, right? Yes, I don't like being held by the wrists.
All right. So, this will be...
I'll let her go. If she pulls away, I'll release her.
Very well.
Morven, it's not a big deal. Come on. I'm just going to walk in.
Aye, yeah, right. I don't... Fucking fine,
Come on.
fine. But I'm turning the flash on my phone on. There we go.
You turn your phone on as you step inside. You watch her disappear into the darkness. As you walk, the light shines into nothing.
Right. Well, I ain't about to let my friend walk in there by herself, so fuck it.
The door slams behind you, and you are left in darkness and silence for a moment. And it's almost disorienting as very faintly and then louder and louder, a sound before you comes forth. The sound of music. The door swings open wide, and you, as well as Eve, walk into a very different environment. This place is like Vegas Retro meets Acid Trip meets Goldfinger. The wall, the ceiling, pillars, some of the tables, most definitely the bar, and everything the alcohol sits on is pure gold. The tables, black and gold marble. The chairs have this purplish felt and old style shapes to them, and you see the floor has this very acid trippy pattern. The more you look at it, the more you get lost in it. Very purple, and it folds in on itself. And you look about and you see a very strange bar. What you see are all kinds of people dancing. You see all kinds of people enjoying themselves at a table, a drink. They're playing cards. They're dressed very provocatively. Some are wearing no clothing at all. It's almost like Mardi Gras. Only it's very low-key, relaxed type of chill. It's not high energy, but everyone is having a very good time. The people, they are dressed in old clothes, new clothes, strange cabaret type clothes. Some of them may have some deformities, scarring on the face. Some of them look very different indeed. And on the table right beside you as you walk in, you just happen to glance down. There is a white card. You look at it in big bold letters, lined in raised gold. It says, "Welcome to the Babylon Club."
What a place to pick for a meeting. Wow.
Well, I feel underdressed, and this isn't jazz.
It's a bit better than jazz, though, I think.
Oh, aye.
There are many people of strange make, doing very strange things. What would you like to do? There is a very tall bartender, stoically standing there, rubbing a glass, glancing around at the people.
What do our specific instructions say to do now?
It says, "I'll know you when I see you."
I mean, I guess if they're gonna find us, we might as well grab a seat at the bar, get a drink, and wait.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like at this rate, we should specifically follow the instructions to the point where we don't do anything it doesn't specify to do, including sit at the bar. I have no idea. Like,
I mean,
we
are we
weren't
supposed to
spiked when we
stand in the
held that
doorway?
thing.
What are we doing?
I'm walking over to the bar.
Eve, fuck's sake. Okay.
Morven, come on. Live a little.
Yeah, right. Hope we don't die a little in the process.
You'll be fine, I promise.
All right, you make your way over to the bar. As you sit down, what are you thinking about?
The person that we're going to meet.
Nobody seems to pay you any mind. At least not yet.
Do I need to roll to notice them?
You've had your eye out the whole night. You know what time they're supposed to be there. You don't need to roll.
Then I'll go ahead and finish giving the lap dance to the gentleman in front of me as I see them walk in and settle in at the bar. And after he's contented, I walk over to...
Actually, I need you to roll connect. Or you can roll your identity. The dancer one.
While I'm sitting at the bar, I'd really just like one of those little bottles of pink wine would be great. Do you think they have those?
As soon as you say pink wine, or you're asking, do they have those? You're holding one in your hand.
Yeah, it's right here. I can't believe I even didn't think about it. And it's delicious.
Okay. Do I see this going on?
You see it happen right in front of you. It's like you blink and she was holding one the whole time.
Eve, did you pay for that? Have you nicked someone's drink?
Oh no, this is mine. Okay.
Well, how much did it cost then? What are the prices like in here?
I don't know.
You gather
It was just.
Yeah.
pretty expensive.
It was just. I was just drinking it.
Aye, right, like fuck you are. Have we been spiked?
I mean, I've had like a sip.
Aye, no, not like that. Just in general, like. Does the air smell funny?
It smells
Do I
very
notice
fresh
like,
and
any
clean in
occasions that
here.
weren't there?
We're not working right now, Morven. Do you have to try and understand everything even when you're off the clock?
Look, firstly, I'm a college student. I don't have a fucking clock in the first place.
My point
Secondly,
exactly.
yes,
You're still young. You're not pursuing a doctoral degree.
yeah, you're being
Drink
a
while
bit
you-
of. Considering that you're the medical professional in this scenario, and yet I'm the one being the fucking sensible one. At the very least, I'm not going to drink so that if anyone needs to drive or something, I don't.
Is it entirely sensible to be here in the first place?
Well, no, but I have my reasons.
No, but you have
I
your
also have my
reasons,
reasons
and
to-
you should have a drink too, my dear friend. You
Roll.
deserve one. Calm down. Me?
No,
What am I rolling?
Morven.
What do I roll for?
You are going to roll. This is going to be an attack on yourself, so you need to defend appropriately.
Okay. – Gosh, no.
As soon as she says have a drink, what drink pops into your mind?
Oh, bit of Bailey's.
You've been
Irish
holding-
cream for those who are uneducated.
You've been holding one this whole time.
Go on then.
Cheers.
Just one.
Just one. Just one.
As you two take your drink, it feels amazing. It's not like heavy drugs, but it's more like a wave of I really don't give a fuck. Like
Nice.
you feel like the outside world, that don't matter anymore. You're here to have a good time. Meanwhile, with our host, as you're finishing up, the slender and lanky man in a old button-up white shirt, long sleeve, loose, so he can move around, move his arms around, not tight, not restricted. A little baggy, wearing suspenders, glasses, and a beret facing forward. Thin beard, old business slack. On those suspenders, he's holding two very carved, very intricate pistols. He reaches into his pocket and he holds with two fingers. He says, I thank you very much. Always a pleasure. Come back, see the gunslinger when you're ready. And he hands you a coin.
I take the coin and I pocket it into the front of my very intricate, clearly custom-made leather bustier.
Okay.
And then I make my way over to the bar to meet my new friends.
All right. How do you approach them? What do you wish to do? The scene is yours.
First, I turn towards the bartender and let her know I'm taking my evening break.
Him.
And that we're probably... let him know that I'm taking my evening break. Kind of like a lunch break, but for the midnight shift.
The very tall, slender man, he does have effeminate features. Short hair, like combed back and flopped to the sides. He just rubs his... Yeah. He just gives you a very cool, casual nod, like he already knows.
And then a drink appears in my hand in a black cup with a reusable metallic straw. But nobody can see what it is.
Okay.
And I take it and I sit down next to Eve and I say, welcome to the Babylon Club. I'm glad you made it in okay. And I start sipping from my drink.
Thank you for the invitation.
We have a lot to discuss.
Sorry.
I'm sure we do.
How did you know what we'll look? Oh, right. Okay. Why?
First of all, hi. You can call me the Peacemaker. That'll do for in here.
They call me the stripper around here.
The?
Yes, the stripper.
Impressive, I guess. Kudos.
I'm not the only dancer in this club, but It's the only nickname that really encompassed all my other talents as well.
I mean, with that,
Oh, the gunslinger? He's just a friend.
no, your bustier, gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Very high fashion, custom piece. It's hard to get one of these unless you know that it's...
I bet. But we have other things to talk about aside from custom leather. But I guess we can work that in sometime.
Yes. We have a mutual friend who brought us together because you guys are investigating some things around town.
Our mutual friend. Maybe we should, is there a quiet place we can sit here that isn't at the bar?
I motioned to the bartender and let him know I need a key to one of the back rooms.
See his eyebrows raise, and he doesn't leave where he's standing. He's still polishing a glass. But you watch him just reach up and dust his face, and then there's a key in your hand. But you see a surprised look that you asked for, a back room and not a booth.
I just give him a nod that says, "Trust me, I know what I'm doing." And
Raise
then
his hands.
I beckon the ladies to follow me.
Oh, I get up without
Ladies.
hesitation, follow right after. Mm-hmm.
And you notice as you're following me that I don't just walk from point A to point B, I strut.
I noticed. I appreciate.
And I turn a lot of heads in the process.
I just smile.
Make another notice check, Eve or Morven, if you are paying attention to this situation.
22.
I don't know about you.
Paying attention.
Morven, you got 84.
No, that was for my previous role. They're both
Okay.
allowed to roll? I thought it was just one or the other.
If you wish to roll, you can.
Notice, right?
Yes.
Oof, 46 versus 50.
That is very good. You see when she walks, as she turns heads, it's not just a affection of admonishment. It is very much respect, possibly fear, but definitely admiration and adoration from all that glance her path within, we'll say, 20 feet that she passes by. You are led to a hallway of gold and black marble. Pass by what seems to be a restroom, and you head to a wall. It's just a wall. And she rubs her hand on the wall and then stops and then just slides the key into the metal. And it seems like it was made to go there. Turns, and then the wall opens to another lavish room. Stripper, why don't you describe what this room looks like?
This room is covered in old red wallpaper that has a shiny foil kind of intricate design about from the ceiling halfway down, and then from halfway down to the floor it's dark cherry wood paneling all the way around the room, and it's got a lush soft red carpet on the floor, and there's on the back wall there's a very big round booth that can probably sit about 6 to 8 people comfortably, and then in the middle of the room is a small table with 2 leather chairs on either side of it. It's really cushy padded leather. Like, you sit down in that chair and you'll probably just want to stay there for a while and get comfy. And she gestures to both women and brings them to the back of the room at the booth and tells them to settle in.
Sure. I'll settle right into the sofa. Get nice and cozy. This is a hell of a place to have a meeting.
It's one of
Makes
the
an
few
impression.
It's one of the few rooms in this place where we can get any semblance of privacy, and even then, you should be careful of what you say.
Yeah. Wow. That's life, isn't it?
And that's especially true here.
I mean, careful in what way? Like information or specific trigger words and language? Because I swear like a sailor.
As you're talking,
Always pretend that somebody's listening.
Oh, right, okay.
as you're talking, the door closes and it seems to become a wall again. And as it closes, the music of the club is gone. This place is rather quiet.
That's a neat trick.
And that's more the club's trick than one of mine.
Shame. I was enjoying the not jazz.
Yeah, I was enjoying the not jazz too, but we're not here for not jazz.
We're here
I
on
mean-
some very grave business.
2 negatives make a positive, but regardless of that, sure, let's get down to it.
Almost as you speak those words, just kind of creeps into the room. Softer music.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah, that's par for the course around here.
Delightful.
Yeah, I would really hate it if y'all played some dubstep. It would just be so horrible. Fuck.
Yeah, if you're new around here, the club has to warm up to you first.
Right.
It's a hell of a club.
Should I ask what warm up to me means?
You'll find out soon enough, Dreamer.
Dreamer. Okay. I've heard some, like, weird slur words for art students, but that's a...
It's okay. You won't remember tonight once you walk out these doors.
Well, what was the fucking point of coming here then?
Because I need to know whether or not I can trust you.
You can trust her.
I mean, it works both ways, pal. I
We
bet
can
you'd like
shout
it
at
much
each
if I
other all
dropped
night
you
that
into
we
a
can
club
trust
that
each
erased your memories.
One at a time, ladies.
Right.
Eve, you go
Oh.
first.
We can shout at each other all night about trusting each other, but actions louder than words.
This is very true. I'd like to think that my offer of the coin and offer into this club is a good olive branch to get us off on the right foot. Now
know-
I need you.
You know, Stripper, that the coin is a significant favor from the club. That's the currency here.
Yes, not everybody gets a coin on their first visit. Not everybody gets a coin on their first 10 visits. Some people have been coming here their whole life and have never even seen a coin.
Huh. It's an impressive club, I'll tell you that. I think a little more impressive for me than her for some reasons. But
Yes.
nonetheless, Morven, I know you don't trust her, but trust me.
I trust you. Just sometimes I think you're a wee bit dull. I'm gonna be completely frank with you here. I've no idea where we are, and I've no idea why you let us come in here, but oh well.
Because we need to talk about this business you've gotten yourselves mixed up in.
Yes, we do. Don't we?
It would help me out a lot if we could start by you two telling me what you know.
Hmm. I hear things about things that happen around the city. Keep an ear to the ground and hear quite a lot. But this is an exchange of information, not just us divulging everything we know to you. So,
Our mutual friend, the
Yeah.
one in your phones on the computer, he's the one
let's
who
start there.
he's the one who clued me in about what you guys are up to.
Right.
He's not what you think he is.
I don't know what to think about him. Honestly, he's not much more than a name on a screen at the moment.
You have no idea.
I'm sure. There's something that
The thing you need to know about our mutual friend is that he is very self-interested. He has his goals. Sometimes they align with yours, sometimes they don't.
Well, honey, we're all self-interested. Neither one of us would be here if we weren't. But the point is he self-interested in the things that will help us?
If those things can help him achieve his ultimate goal, then yes.
I'm not terribly worried about his goals, to be frank. I mean, I don't have reason to be, but sounds like you know him far better than I do. So maybe I should be.
Sometimes I call him Pinocchio because he wants to be a real boy. That's all I feel comfortable saying right.
Fair enough.
Well, As long as we're respecting each other's comfort zones, then that's all well and good.
Don't tell me you're getting comfortable, Morven.
I've had a Bailey's.
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
Is there much of a difference between pink wine and rosé, or are they the same thing?
You know, I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. I'm not much of a wine drinker.
Same.
You know,
Which is why I
honestly,
asked.
honestly, I'm not either, but, I do like pink wine.
Well, all this talk about favorite colors is nice for the next time we want to have a slumber party and paint each other's toenails, but let's try to keep things on topic. These
Fair enough.
incidents around the city you've been looking into. Tell me more about what.
I like you. To the point. Things are being covered up. I know that much. I know that powerful people are lying. I don't know about what.
Wow.
I know that people have died.
And a lot more people are gonna die if you don't fix this mess.
I have no idea how to go about fixing any of this. At least not in the short term. Long term. But, getting this group together, assembling some knowledge, I think that's the best option any of us have right now.
Well, you two seem trustworthy enough. What, how much can you vouch for your compatriots?
I mean, I don't think I've ever really met any of them that often, except for... Well, actually, no. I have seen... Have I seen them much before?
Yes, you know them. You've had interactions with them in the past. You all are friends. You just don't hang out a lot. You all got busy lives.
They seem like sound folk in my opinion. Although, you know, my opinion sometimes is a bit harsh, but, you know, someone needs to say.
Some slightly strange, some slightly off. It's an oddball collection of people, but I'd vouch for them. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think that we could all do something about this together.
I specifically turn to Eve and I say, the others, are they still dreaming? Are they awake like you?
That's comes at a shock to you, Eve.
I don't know. Did you say dreaming like me?
No, I said, are they still dreaming or are they awake like you?
Awake like me. No. No. I believe Neither one of them is.
Well, that's going to pose a challenge in the beginning. The forces we're dealing with, you don't want to go up against that as a dreamer.
I don't know that we have much choice. They're reliable people. They're who we have. They're trustworthy. They're useful.
They'll be a lot more useful if they're woken up.
I agree. Do you know how to wake someone up?
Well, you don't want to do it the way that it happened to me.
Or me? My point
Um,
exactly.
Can I ask what all this terminology is that you two are bandying about? Is this some
No,
sort
because
of
once I
Illuminati
explain
magic?
it to you, you're just going to forget it. Morven, I'm sorry. But
I
it's
have my
easier if we
phone
don't
with me.
explain. Is she even going to get reception?
No, but I can keep notes. It has a notes function, Eve. Does your phone not have a notes function, Eve?
I don't use it. I just write down my notes. Everything's handwritten.
I mean, I have my sketchbook with me as well. Well, notebook really. My proper sketchbook. Ah, shit, I should have brought my proper sketchbook. Then I could have drawn this place.
Just take notes then.
Fine. Guess I get my notebook out. Well, it's a sketchbook, but I use it as a notebook because I'm disorganized as fuck.
What does your pencil look like?
Standard old black and yellow HB with a red butt, nothing special.
All right.
Stole it from the classroom. Haha.
Indeed. Do you, where is your cards?
My cards. They're in the butt pocket of my jeans. Why?
Okay. Just curious.
Alright. So, I'm
Take
keeping
your notes,
Yeah. What's all this shit going on then?
Dreamers are people who haven't woken up to their, let's call them hidden talents. And also because you have not awoken to your talents, once you walk out the doors of this club, this entire evening will be wiped from your.
So Eve's awake?
Yeah. You
And
know,
you're awake.
Yes.
I know
I
you
feel
do.
like I'm at a disadvantage here.
It's not something that you should do or just do lightly.
I don't like when you do that
Morven.
laugh, Eve.
Morven, enjoy being asleep while you can. It's like kindergartners who don't appreciate naps. But just, you know how you play with your cards and you shuffle them and like it's like
Don't play
magic.
with them.
Okay. Well. what you understand about what you think is magic isn't entirely right or wrong. There's more to it than that. And the more you know, the more awake you are, to a degree, till you wake up.
Okay. Does everyone have the potential to be awakened, or is it just special heat?
Hell if I know, I think so.
The thing is, it takes severe trauma to wake somebody up.
Morven, just
Well.
trust me when I say that you're better off asleep. We can use her information and her abilities without having to worry about waking her up. It's better for her that way.
If you insist, but the people you're going up against.
I don't see a reason to waste time on trying to wake up one person. We've got 2 more that are sleeping. I mean,
Well, I guess it's one of those situations where we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come. I
So,
would strongly recommend being awake before you face these people, though. You want to have a full box of tools when you go up against these heavy.
how heavy of a trauma are we talking here? Because, not to brag, but my life ain't been peachy keen and I'm still asleep. Apparently.
Do you know what's so special about New Athens?
The high cocaine use? I don't know.
Besides that,
The murders.
besides that,
Do educate me, please, madame.
I have it on pretty good authority that this city right now is trapped in a little bit of a bubble, let's call it.
Of.
The thing is, if this bubble pops, we are all screwed. Armageddon, the end of the world. You don't want it to happen.
fuck.
Okay.
And that's related to...
Yes, to the murders.
Huh. Well, learn something new every day.
Okay. How fragile is this bubble then?
I don't know. That's the scary part.
So whoever's doing this, maybe they're trying to pop the bubble?
Yes, that's their goal. They want to bring about the apocalypse for some crazy.
Huh.
But they have to murder people in order to do it, and it's not just any old murder. It's very specific people that they are trying to track down.
So theoretically, if we found their list of people and they needed 10, we protect a handful of them, that effectively stops the domino effect?
I think the number is closer to 333. That's the rumor I'm hearing on.
How do we stop 333 murders? Especially when, what, a dozen have already happened almost?
With
That's
great
the 10,000
difficulty, I'd imagine.
And
This one catches on quick.
what did you say? I'm sorry.
With great difficulty, I'd imagine.
Such a specific amount of people. You can't... How would you do that one by one?
Well,
Great
first
difficulty, I'd imagine.
First, we have to find out who they're targeting and why. The details of that are still a little...
Yeah, I don't recall finding any information that connected victims. I forget what his username is, but our mutual friend online, he had theories. He had some interesting, disturbing theories that I think you should hear, especially after meeting you. You and him need to talk.
I think you're right. He's told me some of his theories, but after talking to you two, it kind of sounds like maybe he's holding out on me a little.
He's a shy one. He warms up.
Haha.
Successful note-taking?
Only one way to find out if I'm able to make any fucking sense of this after we leave, but I'm trying my damnedest.
I'll help you out if you need it.
Aye, feel free to examine my penmanship as we go.
Believe me, I can read anything.
My S look like X's, by the way, just so you can decipher the whole fucking...
I read doctor's handwriting.
Aye, right enough, I've seen your own, never mind. Aye, yep, okay, I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
So, tell me what you know about the murders. Do they have anything in common so far?
They're fascinating from a psychological perspective, in that the way the bodies are, forgive me, poised, very deliberate, very purposeful, which, given what you've told me about an apocalypse, makes sense. The ritualism of it all.
Heavy silence hangs in the air.
Yeah, I'm sitting back and kind of contemplating, thinking about how much exactly I want to reveal, and also thinking about who or what might be listening.
You want to find out?
So,
Tell me what I need to roll.
Are you listening for natural or supernatural? As in-
Supernatural.
Okay. You'll have to roll your magical identity. The stripper one. Actually, I need to look at your... I think you may have rolled the wrong one. 1 second. Hold on. One second, folks. That's the one you need to roll.
Okay, rolling.
You do have the opportunity to use your passion here, your obsession, to change it as it relates to, well, actually, what is your... let me take another look. Sorry, doing some behind the scenes skulldaggery here.
You need me to roll again?
No, you're good.
Or choose whether or not I want to flip it?
Choose.
Go ahead and flip it.
Okay. Describe to us what you want to do and what this looks like. This is your thing. It can be whatever you want it to be.
I want to reach behind my ear and use one of my long manicured fingernails to scrape a little bit of skin off. And as I'm doing that, I'm listening for any sort of supernatural signal, feeling, vibe that someone is listening into this conversation.
Even Morven, you can make a notice check. And
Oh, I would love to.
the only one that is listening is the club.
a 1.
Morven.
Wow.
A 1. Morven, you're sitting at an interesting angle. You don't think she notices, but as she reaches up and curls around, you see her scrape into the back of her ear, underneath, like behind her ear. And you see the blood trickle down just a little bit, but then stop just at her finger. What's even more crazy is you watch from inside her ear, it morphs open, legs that sprout out and expose a membrane. And she tilts her head just in a way, just very slightly, so you wouldn't see it, but she's, looking up, and you just happen to lean over just enough to notice, and you see that. And I'm gonna have to ask you to make a stress check. This is a shock to one of your meters. So.
Which meter is this shocking then?
Bzz.
What does Morven feel when she sees this? In just 2 words.
What the?
Okay. This is an attack on your unnatural meter. You know what to defend with?
Oh. If it's unnatural, defend with knowledge, so 50 versus 50.
Okay. That is also considered a critical success. So, you are going to mark a hardened on your unnatural. This still freaks you out, but you get to choose how you wish to handle it. The scene is yours.
Hey buddy, I don't normally see people do that sort of thing. Mind explaining how you're able to, do that? Please.
What are you talking about?
Alright, you're sitting over there. You might explain it better than I will. Because, I come to this strange place. I come to, at a strange time at night.
Makes my ear itch.
And,
I am what is known as a skinomancer. I can do things with my own flesh, and more to the point with other people's flesh, that help me do the things we need to do to stop these murders. Sometimes
Yours
people
has a
even
name.
pay for the pleasure.
I bet they do. Morven, it's what I was just trying to tell you.
Okay. Is this what all awakened people do, or are like, something different, or what?
Different people have different talents. You'll find out yours in time.
With heavy trauma, then. Fun.
I hope you never find it out.
But you should be prepared for when you do.
To be honest, I feel woefully unprepared. I came here hoping to find out something about local mysterious cult murders, and now I've learned there is a bubble where, if popped, signals the rapture? Question mark?
The bubble is actually a form of protection. It needs to be in place until somebody finds out how to stop these cult murders, because if we can't stop the murders, then goodbye you, goodbye me, goodbye everyone and everything you've ever loved.
This club, the people in it, most of them are awake too, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
That's how you know all this.
Not everybody, but the few dreamers that the club lets in, it lets in for a purpose.
Like,
Nice to know.
Like, don't get too comfy if you ever want to leave.
No, don't worry.
no, it's not half bad, dear.
Serves nice drinks. Music's decent. 4-star.
Yeah, I don't think they're accepting Yelp reviews or anything like that. At least not anytime soon.
Hard enough to get here.
Although if you think the drinks are great, the food is to die for.
Haha, I don't like your choice of words.
Sorry, I can't work here day in and day out and not have a little bit of a morbid sense of humor.
I understand that.
So how much deeper down the rabbit hole do you want to go?
Well, it looks like we're going all the way down. Doesn't get much deeper than apocalyptic.
Have you heard of the clergy?
A whisper. Few whispers. You too?
I've heard some things.
Haven't we all heard some things? But nobody's got any numbers.
That's one of the pieces of information we need to find out.
Someone with
this
information
time-
about the numbers.
Stripper. Describe again the shirt that you're wearing.
It's a very intricate, custom-made leather bustier.
Any sleeves?
No. It's got a sweetheart neckline and then leather, but from about here up, it's just exposed skin.
Okay. I need Morven and Eve to make a notice check.
$21 versus $49.
33.
As you all are having that particular moment in that conversation, you glance down and see she has a tattoo, but it's not just a tattoo. It's raised, and it's sticking out of her skin, and it is a very memorable symbol. Only it's halfway done. It's like it was being grown from the flesh. And it is metal. It's been tattooed black. The edges are metal. It's only like half of it. It is a reverse Ouroboros with moons and an inverted pentagram.
Would I recognize that at this point?
You know of it. You don't know what it is, but you know it was on those ritualistic bodies.
You get that locally.
Souvenir from my aunt shortly after her funeral.
Must have been a real close relationship. I don't know many aunts who leave their nieces tattoos like that.
It's a family thing. How familiar are you two with the Ophion Society?
I've heard the name.
It's not something I'm really big into, but some people in my family are.
You have family members in the society.
Not by choice.
We don't get to choose our families, do we?
No, but we definitely get to choose the people we try to stop murders with.
I mean, don't know much other people who I'd trust to do this with. I don't technically have that much of a choice in the matter. I'm not just gonna walk up to any rando in here and ask them.
That would be inadvisable.
Thought so.
Although that gunslinger's pretty handy with a weapon.
Don't let her fool you. Orvin knows a thing or two. She's got her skills. Even asleep. It's pretty impressive.
I'll look forward to seeing more of those.
I assume you're not talking about my powerful armpit farts, Eve.
Not really, no. But I do enjoy them on funny film nights.
I mean, I wouldn't call it so much a talent. It feels more like there's influences outside of me that help.
Call it whatever you want.
Stripper, you can make a notice check.
Okay. 64. So here's the thing. We have to find these would-be murder victims, and we have to prevent them from getting murdered. But we have to do it in a very specific way, or else it won't work.
Do we have to get them... Do we have to prevent them from being murdered, or... from whatever happens to them happening. Because sure, it kills them, but I think that's somehow hardly the point of it all.
Well, we can cut out the middleman and just find the people who are trying to kill them first.
I mean, do they take prisoners? Has anyone ever survived so far that we know of?
Our mutual internet friend has a strong idea of who a potential culprit might be, but I think he would rather divulge that information himself.
I glanced down at my phone to see if I've gotten any text messages lately.
Not in here. Not from them.
Makes sense. But I just kind of do it out of habit anyway.
I can tell you he's a real person. He's not, but I don't know what you think about people you meet online in those kind of forums, but he's not what you'd expect. But
Oh, more than you know. He is definitely a wild card. So who is he pointing you towards?
family. His family. I don't know all the details. He didn't give them. And like I said, I'm sure he'd like to give that information out himself. But he says he might personally know the person who committed at least the most recent string of murders. It sounded like he knew them. Not in the biblical sense, but in the intimate, familial way. More than you would know a passing friend. He spoke about them like a friendly cousin, maybe. A sibling, niece, nephew. I don't know. But I think he's trying to protect someone that he's related to. But you seem to have a little more info about his motives. I would love to be clued in. I've met him, but you seem to know him better somehow.
We've talked a lot, but recently he's been a little selective with his communications. Part
It's
of the
that way.
deal to get him to talk to me again was that I had to reach out to you and your little band of misfit.
Haha. Thank you, I guess.
And that's why I wanted to bring you guys here and hear your side of the story.
Oh, whilst I'm remembering, how much were those drinks, by the way? I didn't accidentally sell my soul to Satan for a Bailey's,
She
did I?
already paid.
It's on the house stove.
Well, thank you
Right.
very much. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
ta. So, other than, the whole impending doom of reality shite, how are you involved, necessarily? You know our side, sort of.
Well, just like you, I was going about my life, minding my own business, and our friend on the phone started sending me all these strange texts.
Yeah, them. Have you gotten any idea what their identity might be? I've been trying to get them to slip up, but they won't say a word. They're really good.
Yeah, he is really good. But, like I said, he was dripping me breadcrumbs, and,
So you do know.
I'm not sure how much he wants me to tell you.
Ah,
But I know he wanted me to meet you, and he wanted me to discuss the murders with you, and to offer any assistance I could give.
fair enough.
Well, appreciate the helping hand, I guess. Considering all the ominous little, whispers and everything that's gone on in this conversation so far, we'll fucking need it by the sounds of things.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Well, thanks for the help. Sounds like we're gonna need it. Although, as well, I feel like I have to ask, if there's this entire club of people around us who have abilities far more magical and mystical than I, why us specifically? I mean, shared motive's nice and all, but, if the world's at stake, could you not just hire more experienced guys?
Why you? Why me? Why anybody? Why does a bride get into a deadly car crash the day before her wedding? Why do babies spontaneously die in their sleep? There's a lot of why questions out there in the world that just don't have an answer. You were chosen. You can step up. You can plunk your head in the sand and pretend it's not your problem. But at the end of the day, we all make choices.
Why doesn't it exist? Action, reaction. That's the world.
I'm starting to like you more and more.
Feelings mutual.
We still on for painting each other's toenails later then?
I'm good.
I'll bring the seltzer if you bring the nail polish.
I only have black or purple black. Pick one.
She looks down at her bustier and notices that it's mostly black leather with a few red accents here and there, and shrugs and says, "The black."
Black is your
Black it
color,
is.
I think.
It's easier to hide the stains, that's for sure.
That's why I like it.
My job can get a little messy sometimes.
Morven, how do you feel after hearing that?
My job's always messy.
I don't know, like, on the one hand, it's like, well, considering everything else that's going on, that probably means something. On the other hand, maybe she's got a bad case of toe fungus, and I really shouldn't ask. To be honest, every question I've asked has either presented more questions or just made me confused, and I don't know what questions I need to ask from there, and... Eesh.
This is going to be an attack on your self meter. Do you have 3 notches or less?
3 notches in myself.
Okay, you do not have to roll, but you are very unsettled.
So do you have any leads as far as these killers are concerned?
Just the one that our mutual friend might have, but see, the problem is he seems to think they've gone missing. So finding his connection to this person will be key. That much I know.
One of the good things about working at a place like this is you meet a lot of people, do a lot of networking, make a lot of helpful connections. If you could tell me more about this connection of his, it could help.
Would Eve know? This Eve.
What do I know?
Would Eve know? How well does Eve know?
I think
Damaris?
she would know. I
Okay.
think she'd know, but she wouldn't want to say. She'd want to let Damaris give that.
So you know his sister's name. Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know her name.
Okay.
Gosh, yeah, I know her name. Names have power. What we are is power. And I think if names are going to be brought into it, the person saying them should be at least the one related to them, if possible.
That's fair.
I mean, what kind of impression would it give if I compromised what I said to an already established acquaintance the second I met you?
Fair enough.
So you understand, it's not that I want to keep it from you. I just want to let him know that I won't tell anything he doesn't want me to tell. Solidarity, I think, in this group will be necessary to continue. But maybe that's just my day job kicking in on me.
What are you, some kind of shrink?
Some kind of shrink, yeah.
Maybe it would be helpful if I could meet your friend then.
I think that's a fantastic idea. We should absolutely make that happen.
It's hard for me to get a night off, but I can rearrange something.
We can make it a day meeting, if that's better for you.
That's actually not.
Okay. I can switch my clients and my schedule around as necessary. I mean, the only thing I have to worry about is my courses, but most of them are online on my laptop anyway.
It's not that I want to inconvenience you or anything. I just have an extreme case of a solar urticaria. It gets pretty bad.
Ah. My condolences? I'm not that kind of doctor.
Just call it a allergy to the sun.
I picked up. And I understand.
Right.
Night meetings then.
Night meetings from now on.
And that seems like an excellent place to pause our story for now. Thank you for watching.